vlog corner here, and I'm hopping on to share the biggest journal I have ever made, and I have no excuses for this one other than I couldn't stop, and it's adorable, and it's here, and it is a baby boy themed junk journal. It is huge. Width-wise, it's about 6.5 inches. Height-wise, it's 8.25. Spine-wise is where you see the thickness, and it's just about 3 inches. There are 5 stitched in signatures. You can see the amazingness slash obsession, apparently, that I had in creating this journal. So we're going to do this flip through. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible, but grab a drink, grab a snack, hold on. There's lots going on in this. Again, just so I don't have to say it over and over again, the majority of the fabrics, doilies, trims, ruffles, not all, but I try to use as much vintage as possible. All of the things on the front of this, minus spelling out baby, and this, for example, are all vintage. I do the mixed media, I make the things, so everything that's in this is me. So to get started, it's a kind of like the floppy style covers that I have. This is like a faux suede. You can see the coloration, but probably better on the back. So faux suede, faux pebbled leather spine, purposefully kind of sloppy stitching on the edges here. And this is a vintage baby blanket, layered. This applique. You can see all the vintage buttons stitched on here. And then the interior also has vintage fabric, vintage chenille pockets, and lots and lots of things going on. So again, just going to kind of get started, try to get going. Again, there's 5 signatures. Printables are in here as well. I'm not going to detach all of them. This is a vintage stork decoration that I've added these beads to make this charm. This is like a pocket flip. Music paper. That's not vintage, but vintage wrapping paper. We're just, like I said, we're going to try to do quick. So it's got lots and lots of places to journal. Everything in here is baby themed, like from Reader's Digest. Here's a nurse holding a baby. There's printables. The printables are themed. There's stamping. I made the series of baby books over many months worth of time. Sleep and Rest is this little lullaby, vintage. Some more printables, cluster. That's an Irish lullaby is what it says. More music paper. Guest check, baby foot stamping. I think of dogs being like a boy's best friend. Layers of pockets and Rolodex. This is like a bluish, or not bluish, a greenish ruffle, and it has this double layer on it. The center has this wooden safety pin, and then this like little flower tassel printable. Here's a tuck spot. You can see stamping, lots of layers, vintage fabrics. Again, button tab. Trim. This is from a book, a vintage book, obviously. Here is a multi-layer pocket again. Journaling spots on those printables. More stamping from a baby book. Here is like the other side of this crochet. I don't think I pointed that out. Anyway, I had lots of different fun things. The other side of the vintage wrapping paper and doilies. I will show little tuck spots here. So there's that. Pearl trim. Here's the start of the second signature, vintage Chanel pocket. This is a printable. This is a blank baby invite, which is perfect for journaling. Here's just paper tucked in there. You could do lots of different things with it. CD sleeve. This flips out. There are numerous die cuts in there. I'm not going to pull them all out, but there's a bunch in there. More die cuts things on here. This is a vintage advertisement. And here's Mom on the way home from the hospital, you know, just holding the baby. How times have changed, right? I think that was from a 60s Reader's Digest. Printable. This is from a Dick and Jane book. I created this pattern by putting doilies down and then spraying. Rosette trim. The crepe paper ruffle with a doily. Lined the edge here. And this is just like a little poem that I've cut out of a children's book. Up here, these are obviously printables. I did not cut them apart because I thought it would be easiest for whomever gets this to do that on their own without them getting like lost throughout this huge journal. Vintage fabric, baby fabric here. This unties. And this is obviously like a children's book. Hidden journaling or whatever kind of stuff you want to add in there. This ties together with vintage lace. Here's a tuck spot. This is a little tag that I've made. This is a bag. I just added this simple tag with some vintage satin ribbon, which you can't see because it's not on camera. Jeez. Okay. Some more tabs. All right. Created this little index card with a little lamb cut out. This is a tuck spot also here. So here I have embossed, this is an envelope, I'm not going to take it out, but I've embossed this envelope and then inked it. And here is another, like a die cut, or a, you know what I mean, tag. See Baby Go is from a book. Here's like doing like little games. Large, very large printable. Vintage flashcard. Sorry if some of this has been off camera. Okay, this is a scrapbooking journaling card. You can see that on the back. And that little cluster there. Cutie pie. Here is a vintage inspired printable. And then here are actual die cuts and little things that are, you know, baby or blue. This is the start of the next signature. This doily is serving as a pocket. I have these little things here. This is just paper from a Dick and Jane. Again, more, this is a plain guest check for journaling. This is more vintage baby fabric. Love these. If you've watched one of my other journals, you will see that I talked about finding these like birth records and they're old, and I just thought it was super cool. So anyway, those are put into this book. And here is a vintage baby card, and I've turned the front end of it into a pocket. And then here is a printable belly band with a printable big cute journaling card. There is a pocket full of vintage clippings as well as other die cuts that the owner can add into there. Just anything baby, it's here. So this was it's almost metallic and it does rub off, but it's vintage. But it's tissue paper. And then this is a tuck spot vintage doily. Again, I picked this because it had, like, it's technically a crane, but it reminded me of a stork. This flips up, it's Velcro. Oop, well, I will have to fix that. I didn't get that on there very good. I'll mark that spot and repair that. Another journaling card. This little cutout is clipped there. And here's a cradle, was on the other side of that. More of that. Printable, made into a pocket with this tag. Little tab. Ruffle. More places to journal, die cuts. Here's the other side of that card. That was the vintage baby card, and I've also glued it on the bottom to make also that a spot. And then I just covered up the signature line with that die cut so that, you know, now you can make it yours. All right, just keep flipping, just keep flipping. On this side is this, it's very thick. One side, you know, just talking about a cat. This side's talking about a hat. So here's the start of the next signature, tucked in with this cute little blue paper clip. Here, some places just to journal or layer or add. Printable. Here I made this cute little card. This is using little die cuts, and well, it's a card, but it's a tag flip, so could be a hidden journaling spot there. Again, from a baby book. Did a little bit of cutting there. Cute little printable. And then this is a big pocket. So, introducing. And that just tucks in there. And this, I think, is typewriter paper. This is just, again, place to journal. Center of the signature, this has a tassel, and then this very tiny little safety pin with little tiny seed beads. So here is a vertical belly band. Again, cool places is just vintage paper. It's nothing crazy other than being green. This little fun tab with this little bead. Here is a journaling card, and then this flips open. And then this is a tuck spot here. This is a doily, another die cut, just spells out baby. It's just clipped in there so it could be used wherever. And then another journaling little die cut. In here, this is some kind of like school money card or school flashcard. B is for brother. Fits down in there. Then this is a tag that's just clipped in. On the side says a sweet baby story, and I think this was from like a game or something. All right, start of the next signature has this top spot, and then little like notebook style papers in there. Over here, this is a tuck spot, a cluster sewn in. I think I picked this because I think it talked about having the word infant on it, but it's from Vintage Dictionary page. So this is a game card, and then here's this cute little dude that I made. And it also flaps open. And then you can also journal on the back. Vertical belly band. Then this one There's a baby. There's an infant. So I try to pick the pages with purpose when I pull dictionary pages for theme books. It usually has a word or words on it that goes with the theme. There's a tuck spot. Journaling card. This is vintage tissue paper, so it's backing that paper here. This is from a book that was like a woodworking book, and it taught you, like, gave you plans to build all kinds of different things. So here's a child's swan rocker, and then like a hobby horse on the back. So you can see that there's just lots of cool just things. We made this tag. This is from like a Sears old vintage Sears catalog. Here's a ruffle. This little clip here holds this envelope style together. And that's what the side of that is. And here is more. So this is more of like that Sears catalog and more piece of paper from that growth chart. This is vintage ledger paper, if I didn't mention that. It was made in the USA. And trim. Here's another vintage baby card. Very delicate. Okay, congratulations to Mother and Dad, the happiest folks in the world. Look how sweet this is. And then it has all of those illustrations. This one has been gifted to some mom and dad in the past. Printable. Here you can see more of that fun tissue paper. Here is a vertical belly band. Another printable. You can probably tuck something smallish in there if you want, but just another decorative piece and another ruffle. And then this is a tuck spot. This is multi-layer pockets here with printable, and then that's a game card. Again, multi-layer pocket on that side as well. Doily with a cute little blue, and in here a bunch of small little cutouts of this glassine bag. This is serving as a giant pocket with this cute little applique on this tuck. And here is the end of the book, and this is one reason why the fabric covers work so well if you have a lot of like embellishments like this one. So this is this vertical belly band, and it has this cute little baby boy. There's this blue clip dangling off, this adorable little cup that says baby, and it's layered on all these fabrics and this ruffle. And I've made this card here, or tag, but that's one of the nice things about the fabric covers is they absorb some of that embellishment well. But anywho, this was a giant, and I think we did pretty all right since we made it under 20 minutes. That might be like some kind of like great speed record for me. I haven't counted the number of pages, but it feels somewhere at approximately 1 million. I'm sure that is accurate. But anyway, this will eventually be up in my shop, and it will have all of the details specifically about page count. So what was your favorite part of this journal? What do you think? What do you think about pages, or this many pages, this big of a journal? Is it something that you could ever think of actually getting to use? But anyway, I loved it. There's a lot of cool vintage and just lots of fun things in this, and I enjoyed making it. So until next time, I hope you have a great day.